found so much of the original, and it is the history of Deerfield.
Leola?
Now, Jim, I would like to talk a little about our school here that we had in Deerfield. And I see many of the persons in the audience that attended that school, because I want you to know that we had a school. The school name was Braithwaite School. It was located at the spot where the Vocal Point is now in Deerfield. I don't remember what year it was built. It was in 1920 something, I don't recall. I'm getting younger now, so I can't remember all of the things I used to remember. However, we went to that school from the 1st through the 9th grade. I understand later that it stopped at the 6th. And after we got finished there at the 9th grade, we didn't have a high school in the area for blacks. So they were sent to, I believe it was Blanche Ely, wasn't it? Girls, am I right?
To Dillard
Blanche Ely.
Dillard first.
But, oh, Dillard? Okay.
Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, Dillard and then Blanche Ely.
A mighty Florida fig casting cool shade during steamy Florida summers is Deerfield Beach's last physical reminder of a special moment in time and the actual location of the Braithwaite School, which replaced Colored School number 13 and was named for black poet William Stanley Braithwaite. With an initial donation of $850 in the mid-1920s by Julius Rosenwald, the CEO of Sears Roebuck and Company, the black community united to raise the funds necessary to build the 3-room schoolhouse for the farming community's black children. After integration in the 1960s, the building served as a community health center until part of it burned. Eventually, what remained of the structure was demolished, and its location at 227 Northwest 2nd Street became the Northeast Focal Point Center.
We're in the process of getting a plaque, am I right, Mary? To place there so that everyone would know, you people who came here after me, by the way, I was born here in Deerfield, will know that there was a school there that went from the 1st through the 9th grade. Now, maybe some of the others here would like to say, when I went, it went through the 9th, because I went from 1st through 9th, and then I went away to school, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So it might be some others here that would like to give you some information about the Braithwaite School.
Like the roots of the hardy Florida fauna, many generations of Deerfield's earliest pioneers have flourished and thrived during the decades. Nevertheless, homage is still paid to its pioneer farmers at an annual celebration originally called Cracker Day. Today, Founders Day continues the tradition at Pioneer Park on land donated by W.L. Kester.
From early houses of worship to picnics at the beach, Founders Day celebrations, the mango festivals, and the year-long festivities planned for the next year to commemorate our 75th anniversary, Deerfield has a rich tradition of bringing together its residents.
A couple days ago, I was reviewing some of the old issues of the Deerfield Beach Observer, and I ran across an issue from July 1980 in which the headline and the pictures on the front page involved Ed Mitchell, an astronaut who had come to Deerfield Beach, and it seemed that he had been brought here through the auspices of David Eller. And so I was asking Dana if he remembered that event, and now you can pick it on.
Yeah, I do remember that event. We had a party at our house, and that was a big 4th of July for the city. I remember that at that time, we're all familiar with the 4th of Julys on the beach that the city puts on every year, but for one reason or another, the city was unable to sponsor the 4th of July that year, and I remember my father stepped in, kind of bought all the fireworks and got all the events put together, and as a little boy, I remember thinking, boy, that's kind of neat, Dad. You bought all those fireworks for the city, but I'm not allowed to set off bottle rockets in the backyard. But I do remember Dad had a huge sense of responsibility for making sure that the citizens of Deerfield Beach had a 4th of July that year, and didn't go without it, because that's such a special event now every year on the beach. And I remember little stories like that of Dad going out of his way to try to help people.
Dana, let me help you. If that question was directed about MWI, I could go back 20 years ago, where David Ella has always contributed to anything, especially that I had anything to do with. And like the Mango Festival, yes, when it started, he helped out, Miss Edris Cox is here, and he had an ad, I'm sure, in the first year of the Mango Festival, because the Women Reach Out started that. Whenever we got ready to put on anything that required money, I could always go to David Ella and get some.
With us today is a gentleman who was born in Newark, New Jersey, December 19, 1907. He married his wife Rose on November 18, 1934. That man is Joe Trachtenberg. And he and his wife are here together with us on their 65th anniversary. Please welcome the Trachtenbergs. Joe? He always seemed to rise to the top, achieving leadership positions, which explains his long, active, and continued involvement in politics, which includes various political and elected positions in both New Jersey and in Florida, including a seat on the Deerfield Beach City Commission.
When I got in office, I had two main things in mind. One was beautification of this wonderful city of mine. Two was to develop an industrial complex so we could have new ratables that could cut down on our tax rate. And those are the two major things I work with. To me, Deerfield Beach is a wonderful place to be, a wonderful place to live, and a wonderful place to stay and enjoy life. That's all I can say about Deerfield Beach.
Thanks, Joe. To the pioneers and the panelists today, reminders of Deerfield's history are visible throughout the community, from the old schoolhouse to the Butler House. Respect for the past affects the present. What impact will our historic heritage have on the future? I asked that question of our panelists. Anyone? Amy?
Oh, Jim, as with anything, to look forward, you must look back to the past. And as we look forward to the new century coming, I look back to the late 1950s, and one of my most vivid memories is seeing my father, Ed Dietrich, then Mayor Barney Chalker, standing over on the beach on a particularly windy and rainy night. We were having a northeaster, and though everyone in town, it seemed, and were against them for actually installing piles of rocks on the beach. Can you imagine? They fought this rain and wind and directed the placement of big boulders out on our beaches that led up to groins which were installed, and fiberglass netting, and everyone said, this will never work. And now we go over to our beautiful beach, and we have one of the most beautiful beaches in the area, which has supported Deerfield as the agricultural base switched, and we moved into a tourism and industry base. And to look around and still see the people who were involved in this, we're very fortunate to have our beautiful beach and see all the things that we have to look forward to as we move into what is the future, because we have such a rich past.
Deerfield Beach is a proud community today, and one with a bright future as we rapidly approach the next century. The pioneers who founded our town and the members of our community you have heard from exhibit the qualities that make this country and our city great. Today, Deerfield Beach is both the population and geographic center of the Tri-County area, representing the largest concentration of people in the fourth largest state in the Union. Highways have surpassed the railroad as a major source of transportation, while the beaches in the Hillsborough Canal have become a source of recreation rather than commerce for the most part. On behalf of the Deerfield Beach City Commission, I am proud to serve as your mayor and proud of a community that recognizes its history and moves forward boldly and without fear to embrace technology and change to improve our lives for future generations.
The city of Deerfield Beach has a great future in 2000, and we're glad that you can all be here to enjoy it with us. With the redevelopment plans that we have here on the beach, includes walkways and trees and foliage for bicycle paths from young and old. We'll all be able to enjoy the city of Deerfield Beach as now and even better in the future.
10 years ago, no one would have ever thought that I would be standing in this place in front of this beautiful building, the Jim and Jan Moran unit of the Boys and Girls Club. This was a dream 10 years ago. In the future, I'm sure that there will be other developments just as beautiful as this one and will enhance the city of Deerfield. Deerfield Beach, it is a great place to be. Why don't you come and see for yourself?
I am so proud to be part of the city's 75th anniversary celebration. Over the next 75 years, the city will focus on the youth of our community with programs here at Constitution Park like Pipsqueak PE and tennis and all of our sports programs and the programs that we have over at the Teen Center, the Tower Club. That's what the city will be focusing on for the next 75 years, the youth of our community, because they are our future.
Jim, when government and the industry gets together, this is what made Deerfield Beach such a great city. And we'll go forward and make it an even greater city in the future with your help.
Well, thanks, Trenchy, and you know how I feel about Deerfield Beach. I feel like it's my second home, and you always go where you feel at home. And Deerfield Beach has been real good to me, and I'm proud and happy to be here. And thanks for all you do for the community.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
This has been an incredible opportunity for all of us, and there are many people we have to thank. One of the most important people is the gentleman who provided us this television production studio, not coincidentally located in Deerfield Beach. And introducing one of the entertainment industry's greatest showmen is Mayor Al Capolini. Mayor?
Thank you very much, Jim. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce an individual that has helped this city over the last several years, and without that individual's help, we would not have this documentary. And I'd like to introduce Don King from Don King Productions. Huh?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
And on behalf of the City Commission and all the residents of the city of Deerfield Beach, we'd like to present you with this plaque. Our thanks for your cooperation in making Deerfield Beach a stronger community for the next century. And I'd like to thank you and personally thank your wife. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm deeply honored to receive this plaque on behalf of my wife, Henrietta King, and myself. We're totally involved in this great community of Deerfield Beach. I think Deerfield is a city on the move, and there's no stopping them down. There's going to be better jobs. There's going to be better homes. It's going to be just a wonderful city because you got a great mayor in Al Capolini, and you certainly have a great fire chief in Gary Lothar. So I'm just delighted that I have an opportunity to be a part of this great documentary, and in the new millennium, which is our message, that we're going to keep on keeping on for the great city of Deerfield Beach, Florida. God bless you, and thank you very much for having me.
We certainly heard a lot of great stories. Deerfield Beach today is a successful, expanding Gold Coast city with a population that exceeds 60,000. Its urbanized area stretches along the coast from Boca Raton to Pompano Beach, and even today continues moving westward. Golfing communities and industrial parks are situated near the river that the Spanish explorers considered part of the Rio Seco. Interstate 95 crosses that same estuary, referred to at various times in its past as the Shark Tail or the Potomac River. It was here in the wilderness